everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm finally back in the garage after a little bit of time off because of the angle grinder. Now if you haven't seen the previous video, check it out. I've got loads done on the car, but I did have a bit of an accident with the angle grinder and I ended up in A&E for 3 stitches. Now the 3 stitches have been taken out and the finger's getting a lot better, but it's still quite sore and I'm going to try and keep it clean by wearing the glove. So I've been cleaning a few of the small parts up, spraying a few small parts, which I'll show you in just a minute. But I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody that's contacted me and wished me all the best. And for everybody else that's asked to see the video, I'm not going to show you. Well, I might do at some point, but you can't really see a lot because it was all filmed in time lapse and you just see me running past, holding my finger in the air in sheer panic. Let's get on with the video today. I'll show you what I've been doing.
These are the clips as you saw in the previous video with all the rust removed.
Now if you're lucky enough to have a spray booth like mine, top tip, get a wooden kebab skewer, push it through one of the corners, take your clips and you can just hook them on, and then you can get your paint of choice and give them a real good coverage without having to touch them. Now I did 3 coats on my clips and they've come out really nicely. And the paint is cured really well and it's tough and durable. Another part I've been able to clean up is the ECU. It's not completely finished yet, but I've got a little video of me doing it on the faceplate using the auto sole and a toothbrush that I found in the bathroom. Don't tell the missus.
I gave the ECU a good thorough clean and now it's all wrapped up in some bubble wrap, stored away, ready to be used at a later date.
This is the battery box that you saw me modify in a previous video. I've marked out all the holes that I need to drill out. These will be for plug welding it into the boot floor around the flange. Let's drill them out.
I've just swapped over to the 8mm drill bit, drilling out the holes now ready for plug welding, and then I'll take a big drill bit by hand just to deburr the holes to get a nice finish. I've just taken a copper plate here, clamped it onto the metal lip, and now I'm going to fill this area with some weld and clean it all back.
Just to give you an idea where I am at the back end of the car. At the minute, the battery box is a great place to put my cup of tea. But that's all drilled out now and ready to be plug welded into the boot floor. But for the time being, I'm just going to hold fire on that because I've still got to do a hole that's on the top of each inner wheel arch, and then I've got to repair, or probably at this stage, a lot easier, is going to cut out the rust around the subframe mounting holes and put in a closing panel underneath that actually plug welds onto the rear valance on both sides. After this, that'll be all of the welding done in the boot area. The only other section, as I go forward, will be some small repair areas on the heel board, but I won't know how bad they are until I grind all of that away. So what I'm going to show you now is the small areas of surface rust that I actually took away in the last video. I've covered in again the Tilt Hamber Deox Gel. I've covered it with some cling film, And this has been on now for, I think, just over a night. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the cling film, see how much rust it's drawn out of the rusty areas, and then I'm going to wash it down with some soapy water, dry it all off, and then put some crust on it. Let's have a look now.
The cling film itself holds the Deox gel in position and stops it from drying out, giving it more time to do its thing and get rid of as much rust as possible. A lot of the residue that you can see is where the Deox gel has actually done its thing and drawn out a lot of the rust. The next part of the process is to take a cloth or a brush and agitate the area with soapy water. This should clean off any residue of the Deox gel and you will see the results. Now, as we've used water on this area, there is the possibility that some water can get between the seams when cleaning it back. So get a hairdryer and dry it all out thoroughly. Here are the results that the Deox gel has achieved. Now, I was expecting a bit more rust to be removed, so I'll probably do the process for a second time or possibly a third time, as you can keep going until it removes as much rust as it can.
Now that the plane has actually flown over, I can let you know that's the end of the video, and unfortunately I didn't actually get to tackle any more welding or grinding work on the Mini itself. While I'm on that subject, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should I carry on repairing areas one at a time like I'm doing with repair patches, or I'm sort of undecided whether to cut my losses, cut the whole floor out for the boot area and replace it with a whole new boot floor, new heel board, rear valance and rear wheel arches, because I'm sort of looking at it thinking, and you guys will know more than me, especially if you're a Mini enthusiast and you've done this sort of work yourself, or you've seen this sort of work yourself before, how long will it last? How long will all these repair patches last? Am I better off replacing it with new fresh metal everywhere? Because in all honesty, from what I've seen, it looks like it's far easier to weld new panels to new panels with just plug welds compared to tiny bits of small metal and, you know, trying to weld them onto a patch of metal that's covered in red and purple rust. Again, let me know what you guys think. See if you can help me out. I'm at a bit of a stage where I'm undecided what to do, so I might not put another video up for 2 or 3 weeks, because until I know exactly what direction to go in, even though I'd already planned what I was going to do with the car, but not everything works out how you expect it, I really do need to decide how to get this done as quickly as possible, but also to achieve the best results. That's the main goal. So if you can subscribe to the channel, please do. The more subscribers the better. The channel will keep pushing forward and help me get this project finished and back on the road, because I really want to enjoy the car. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.